Wherever you're logging in from, you're very welcome to join us for this lunchtime meditation session. My name's Richard, and we'll start in our usual way by lighting some candles and some incense at the shrine behind me. We're gathered here on the first floor of the Buddhist Society in Eccleston Square. So if you like to get yourselves comfortable, a really nice, relaxed, comfortable, upright position, and I'll begin our session by lighting the candles. So I'm going to begin today, as we normally do, with the dedication of offerings. To the Blessed One, the Lord who fully attained perfect enlightenment, to the teaching which he expounded so well, and to the Blessed One's disciples who have practiced well. To these, the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, we render with offerings our rightful homage. It is well for us that the Blessed One, having attained liberation, still had compassion for later generations. May these simple offerings be accepted for our long-lasting benefit and for the happiness it gives us. The Lord, the perfectly enlightened and Blessed One, I render homage to the Buddha, the Blessed One. The teaching so completely explained by him, I bow to the Dharma. The Blessed One's disciples who have practiced well, I bow to the Sangha. Recollection of the Buddha. A good word of the Blessed One's reputation has spread as follows. He, the Blessed One, is indeed the Pure One, the perfectly enlightened One. He is impeccable in conduct and understanding, the accomplished One, the knower of the worlds. He trains perfectly those who wish to be trained. He is teacher of gods and humans. He is awake and holy. The supreme praise of the Buddha. The Buddha, the truly worthy one, endowed with such excellent qualities, whose being is composed of purity, transcendental wisdom, and compassion, who has enlightened the wise, like the sun awakening the lotus. I bow my head to that peaceful chief of conquerors, the Buddha, who is the safe, secure refuge of all beings. As the first object of recollection, I venerate him with bowed head. I am indeed the Buddha's servant. The Buddha is my Lord and guide. The Buddha is sorrow's destroyer, who bestows blessings on me. To the Buddha I dedicate this body and life. and in devotion I will walk the Buddha's path of awakening. For me, there is no other refuge. The Buddha is my excellent refuge. By the utterance of this truth, may I grow in the Master's way. By my devotion to the Buddha and the blessings of this practice, by its power, may all obstacles be overcome. So I invite you now just to settle in your sitting position. And if you're new to practice, a good place to start is just by allowing your attention to drop downwards to the points of contact with the floor. So if you're sitting on a chair or a settee, it would be the soles of your feet touching the floor. If you're sitting cross-legged on a cushion, it'll be something like your ankles and your shins. So just the points of contact with the floor, the ground that supports you. And quite consciously allow your attention to drop and see if you can be with the direct sensation of the contact with the ground. And just notice for a moment where your attention goes. See if you can notice if you're thinking about the points of contact, if you're imagining them, or if you're in direct contact with the sensation of touch. And then I invite you to move your attention to your sitting bones on the chair or the cushion. And in the same way, see if you can establish a direct contact with the sensation of sitting. And again, see if you can notice what you do with this invitation. Where does your attention go? And then move your attention up again to your back and your spine in particular. And just notice what sensations you're receiving there. If you're sitting on a chair, it might be the contact with the back of the chair. If you're sitting unsupported, notice how that feels. And the other invitation is to relax the body as you sit upright. See if you can soften the body at the same time as maintaining this upright posture. And then just get a sense of your head and your neck and see if you can align these with your spine so that everything's in an upright column. And then see if you can get a general sense of the whole of your physical body, from the crown of your head to the soles of your feet. Taking in your back and your sitting bones and your spine, just taking it all in. Feel the clothes on your skin surface and the air on your hands and your face. And when you feel reasonably settled, the invitation is just to notice the movement caused by the breath. So just shift your attention gently with kindness into picking up the sensation of the movement caused by the breath. And let this be your anchor for the rest of the session, a place of return. But keep the attention light and gentle, kind and compassionate. We're not concentrating on the breath. We're not tightly grasping it. We're just lightly resting our attention and returning to it whenever we drift, which we will. So we'll sit now for about 20 minutes. So thank you all very much for your attention. Please feel free to stretch and move and take a sip of water or tea. Just some announcements from the Buddhist Society. There are lunchtime meditations this week on Wednesday, Thursday and Friday. So that's the same time as this, at 12:40 to 1:20. I think, yes, check the Buddhist Society website to see if they're online as well as here at Eccleston Square. There's a meditation session on Sunday from 10 till 11, if you'd like to log on then. And the classes this week, tonight, Monday, there's the Zen class and the Theravada class, both starting at 6:30. On Thursday in the evening, there's the Tibetan class at 6:30 and the basic meditation class at 6:30. So if you're new to meditation or you'd like some further instructions, the basic meditation class is Thursday at 6:30. I'm going to close today by reading the Reflections on Universal Well-Being and then the closing homage. So the Reflections on Universal Well-Being. May I abide in well-being, in freedom from affliction, in freedom from hostility, in freedom from ill will, in freedom from anxiety. And may I maintain well-being in myself. May everyone abide in well-being, in freedom from hostility, in freedom from ill will, in freedom from anxiety, and may they maintain well-being in themselves. May all beings be released from all suffering, and may they not be parted from the good fortune they have attained. When they act upon intention, all beings are the owners of their action and inherit its results. Their future is born from such action, companion to such action, and its results will be their home. All actions with intention, be they skillful or harmful, of such acts they will be the heirs. The closing homage. The Lord, the perfectly enlightened and blessed one, I render homage to the Buddha, the Blessed One. The teachings so completely explained by him, I bow to the Dharma. The Blessed One's disciples who have practiced well, I bow to the Sangha. So I wish you all a very good week. Go well, and I will be here at the same time next week, the same place. The log-on details are the same. Please check the Buddhist Society website And the Buddhist Society thanks you all very much for attending and forming this online and in-person Sangha. Go well.